Okay, we're on. We're here. Hi. Hi, guys. Hi. Wow, we are really close today. All right. Okay, great. How you doing? Okay. Oh, on cue. Here comes the lawn people. Oh, my gosh. They must like starting around here around 11 for the lawn people. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you guys. I hear this outside. I swear, I just hit go live and within 30 seconds, the lawn. I'm going to have to get over it. But I hope everybody's doing good. Hey, Rena. Hey, Lisa. Hey, La Fabio. Good to see you, Cynthia. Hi, Kim. Hi. Hi, Diane. Hi. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Cindy. Oh, you missed me? Oh, good. Good. Hey, from Idaho. Rena, what part of Idaho are you in? I lived in Idaho Falls for a while. My sister went to ISU in Polk for a while. I have a sister in Meridian, Boise area. So that's a beautiful, it's beautiful up there. My mom lived there for a while, obviously, if I lived there for a while, but yeah. So, hey, guys. Hey. Hey, Chad, Good morning. So we are rocking and rolling and doing well today. All right. Well, if you have a few quick questions, we'll go to the micros. Then we're going to get the paid list rocking and rolling. I'll throw the commercial up in case anybody's new in here. Commercial. That's it. That's a little commercial. There's only 9 of us in here. Fuck that. That's out. We're just going to start playing. All right. J1980. There is a few free readings at the top that I do 3-card micro, and then I go into the paid list, and there's readings anywhere from $20 to $50 depending on the kind of reading that you want to get. So that's what we got going on. So stick around for a while. At the top of the show, I usually do about 3, sometimes 4 micro reads that are 3 cards each. So that's what we got. And let Kim know if you're getting a reading. J1980, will Em and you get back together? You just stepped in, so I'm going to favor this. Will you and Em get back together? I'm not going to sugarcoat a thing, so whatever comes up is what comes up. 3 cards for Jay. No. Oh, gosh. And don't. No. Somebody's charging. This is the wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. In, out, done, boom, they're done. Card of betrayal, heartache, loss is coming, and burdening. Honey, I would not go back to that shit. I would not. There has got to be better for you. And because I'm Snoopy and because this is just so blatantly like, blah, I want to take one more and look and see what else we can tell you. Might help you along. You do need some time going solo. You do need some time for some soul growth and doing it alone. The advantage with the Hermit is you learn to enjoy solitude, and being alone isn't such a scary thing, but this is what you need. You need just a little bit of a breather is what I'm saying. So that's what I've got for you. This is the Fate Shifters Tarot. I have a bunch of beautiful. I mean, come on, guys. A lot. I love tarot. I love tarot. I do private reads and private Zoom reads, and I can send you a video link. I can do ads for that. But yeah, that's what I've got. Oh no, Chad's been naughty again. I don't even know if I dare ask. I hope it was worth it and fun. That's what I can say. Sometimes the ice cream is worth it. So, all right. Amber, what's coming to you in love? Let's look. I want to break out. Where is it? I have it. Oh, there it is. Charlie Brown deck. Now, this is a Snoopy Peanuts deck. Amber, what's coming for you in love? Let's take a look. 645. I don't think I'm going to break 700 this year, guys. I got to take it easy. But I might break 650. So we'll see how that's going. All right, Amber, what's coming for you in love? We've got the Charlie Brown deck. Let's take a look, see what's going on. The Lovers, the Ace of Spades, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so here's the Lover's soul contract of truth coming in, but the Knight of Pentacles, it's coming in slow. What I've got is somebody that's loyal, that's faithful, that understands you well, understands the truth of a thing, but it's coming in slow. That's what I've got. These are beautiful, fun cards, but it doesn't say heat in the sheets tomorrow night, okay? All right. It just says, hey, it's coming in slow. That's what I got. All right. So let's do one more of the micros. Will my dad get the house he wants? Lanny, that's a great question. Let's take a look. Oh, we're going to go to one of my decks that I love for the real estate and moving kind of questions. 1 second. This is my bum besides that. Okay. This is the Everyday Enchantment from Poppy Palin. Will your dad get the house he wants? Let's take a look. Let's put this down here so you can see the shuffle a little better. Now, these ones are tricky to shuffle, and they are huge. I took the borders off, and they're still this huge. Okay. Let's take a look. it says there's some kind of new start happening, but it's not going to be for a little while. You got the page of coins here. This is ready to be Batman. There's a gift given and ready to move on to the next step of something. And then here, the 7 of coins says there's going to have to be choices, choices, choices. Excuse me, 7 of cups is choices, choices, choices. And you can see the cups of the tattoo ink. There's choices about what he wants to do. And then the Fool. So I think the answer is yes, but I think the soon is the relative bit. I don't think it's going to be quick, quick, quick on this either. Or I would be seeing more of the moving cards and things like that. I think soonish. So yes, soonish. So if you think soon is within the next 3 weeks, no. If you think soon is within the next maybe 3.5 months, probably. That's what I would guess, but that's only 3 cards, so that's what we got for that. All right, I'm gonna do my commercial, guys. This is the commercial. Ta-da! Okay. $20 for the blind read, and I go into the Oracle decks. Now, I have a few of those. You can kind of see. Over here, I've got some Oracle decks. Here, a cart full of Oracle decks, and here, a bunch of Oracle decks. So, okay. So, the Oracle decks, you get the read you need. You don't say, can I this, is that? No question. No question. You get the read you need, and that's what comes through. And you don't ask any questions. The year ahead. The blind oracle, that's what I call that one with the oracle. Blind oracle, $20, you get the read you need. $30 year ahead. You get 12 cards plus the 2 in the center plus clarifiers wherever they belong. That's $30. You don't ask a question, just whatever comes through. If you want to ask a question, my mini is 7 to 10 cards, and I usually get nosy. You see me get nosy all the time. That's $30. That's when you ask a question on the tarot ones. Or if you want the tarot for the full, which is usually 15 to 20 cards, and that's usually, I get nosy on that one. Sometimes it's a lot longer than that. We'll see what happens with that. That's $40. If you want my specialty reads, whether I'm doing the bones, the crystal ball, whether I'm reading off the hourglass and tarot, combining that, charms, or if I'm doing past lives, which are my favorite, those are like $50. They usually go a little longer. Like sometimes those have gone up to like 20 minutes. And so those are a little bit longer. They're a little more in-depth. And so that's what my specialty reads are. This is how you can get on the paid list. Once you're on the paid list, let Kim know how you paid and what read that you want, because I will be lost in the cards. Lost in the cards. And so once I'm in the cards, you guys will see it. It's like, oh, okay, she's in there. And yeah, I always get really nosy. And you don't get sugar-coated. If somebody looks like, oh, okay, this one's an asshole, move on, I'll let you know. If something looks like, oh, this is heartthrob, but you're kind of being the asshole, I'll let you know that too. So whatever's coming through, it's not my job to sugarcoat or make it all nice. I'm not trying to be a hard ass or an asshole, but it's not my job to get in the way of the message. It's my job to get the message to you as clearly as I can and the best that I can. And you guys almost always know way more what I'm talking about than I do. So you guys will know how it applies. And sometimes specific shit comes through, you'll know how it applies. Well, often specific shit will come through and you'll know how it applies. But okay, enough of that. Here's this. Double check your spelling because there's people that copy and impersonate me. So just be aware. Commercial over. And it's warm in here, and I think that's just menopause. That's just me. That's not any kind of spiritual stuff going off just yet. I'll let you know if there's heat or if there's chills or whatever, and it's a different kind of thing. It feels different. So just so you know, when you're first trying to figure out and learn how to differentiate your clairs, they might be trying to give you physical sensations, and you're wondering, yes, I have private reads. Here we go. Other commercial. Since you asked, ta-da. Private reads are this. You can do a private read where you ask 3 questions for $66, and I turn that usually around in 2 days, like 24 to 48. If you want a Zoom reading, we just work to schedule that ahead, and usually I can get you in within a week. That's $99, and you get me for like an hour, and if it needs to go a little bit longer, sometimes I have been known to go a little bit longer, and we go into all the decks or all the questions or whatever. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get the answer you want, but you will get an in-depth look way, and we can ask all kinds of questions. You can ask about your cat or your lover or your moving or your job or whatever. So this is what we've got going on. And is it Canadian or US? It's US, honey. It's US. So I do have people that tune into the show from England or Australian. I should have put US dollars, but it's US. So there you have it. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. Yeah, let me get some water. We'll get into it. And do I have a favorite deck? People ask me all the time. I don't know if I have a favorite deck right now, but I did pull out, and this word I always say wrong, the manga or manga decks. I did pull those out today, and I think we're going to be doing a few of those just because they are so interesting. Watch my mail this week. More homework for me? Okay. All right. I love homework. And sometimes you guys will get homework out of a tarot read and I'll be like, okay, I love homework. I'm thinking I'm going to have to order some lemon balm, Chad. I have one lemon balm plant and I love it so much. And thank you for the books. You sent me these. And the Green Witch in me is really starting to inhabit the house a little bit more. I had to go out and buy new plants. They didn't have more lemon balm, so I might have to order it. But yay-hoo. And it smells so good. I love it. What's my least favorite deck? Oh, my least favorite deck is Star Trek The Next Generation. Go fuck yourself twice, Star Trek The Next Generation tarot creators. You totally screwed the pooch on that one. They all look dead face like, just, I hate that deck. Don't waste your money on that one, ever. Yeah, my link is in my bio. I'll hold up the sign, but it's on PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. But here's the PayPal one, honey. And it's A Feisty Butterfly. And the E comes before the I, and I remember that with EIEIO. And it's afeistybutterfly@gmail. So that's how that one goes. So just let Kim know once you've made your payment what kind of read you want, and we will get into it. And Kim is in charge of the list. I don't even have a pen out for that for today. Sometimes I try to keep track, and I'll get like one name written down, and then I'm lost in the cards. Lost in the cards. So yeah. So that's what's going on. Anything else? I think that's... Oh! Okay, so a funny thing, Pamela Chen has a new deck coming out, and it's like a fairy steampunk deck, and it's released. We pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it, and I should be getting it like on the 8th, but I was looking through some new decks coming up, and I was like, ooh, that looks so interesting. Is that the one? And then I recognized the name, and I'm like, yes. So maybe by next week I'll have that one. Fingers crossed. I hope so. You sent a book about all our sacred days. Excellent. Woo, woo, woo. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Hey, Edie. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for all the gifts. Good morning. Okay. So we can dive on into it. I did break out today. You guys know how I love my cards. I broke out this box full of cards. And I've got to have probably 50 or 60 of these damn boxes. I mean, I've got a few because I've got a lot of cards. But these have like they'll have keywords on them and beautiful kind of imagery that's a little bit different. This one is called the Intuit, and I got 2 of these, and I really like this one. And it has the reversals. If you read reversals, I read reversals when they feel reversed more than when they actually land reversed, because I don't upright all of my decks when I put them away. So that's why I do that. So yeah. 7-colored blind oracle, which is usually me getting nosy. You guys know. So that's what it is, and that's what's going on. So yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, I got some of those out because they would be fun. And the life code ones, these ones are very much like the silhouette. The silhouette tarot is an entirely different deck, but you can see the silhouette effect in here. And this is called the life code. And I love this one, and it reads really well with other chakra decks too. Yeah, J1980. With the mini and the full, you can ask a question. And is the list long? The list is just open, so the list isn't long yet, but it does get long. And it does take a little while, because if I get nosy, it could be that I'm in there 5-10 minutes. And so, like, sometimes when my husband's home, he'll help paste things, and he'll say, yeah, go make a sandwich and come back. So it just depends. So, yeah. But you'll have fun. If you stick around and want to stick around and think about getting a read later, great. If you want to get a question up and get going on the reads now, that's fine too. So, yeah. And, oh, I found my Queen t-shirt. I was very excited to find that. So, yay. That was in the closet with some of the stuff that when we moved in like 3 months ago. I'm still finding stuff. I guess it takes a year to do that. So, yeah. It takes a while to find everything after you've moved in. Okay, and we generally do a collective. Or you can ask if you've got a favorite deck and I happen to own it and you haven't seen it yet, or you want to see it before you buy it. Now I own it. I'm happy to try and hunt it down and find it among all this stuff and see what's going on. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. Okay. And I don't have my fan on in here because it will be too noisy for you guys. So that's what's going on. All right. I think we're set. Yeah. I feel like I've been chatting my head off about nothing. If someone just commented other than you, you got filtered. Okay. All right. So, what? Okay. I'm going to check and see if anything's come through. So far, I haven't seen anything as far as the payments, but let me know if you have turned my fan on. I may have to. It's so noisy, but the remote's over there, so we'll just let it be for now. But I'm going to see if anything, I'm just double checking things, guys. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on there just yet. And sometimes the shows will do like 10 or 12 reads in a show. Sometimes we do an hour or 2 hours or whatever. Yeah. So it gets busy, it gets good. But yeah, it's super fun. So that's all I can say. It's super fun. Anything else? Oh, I brought down one of my hourglasses, so I wouldn't be surprised if we wanted to do an hourglass reading here fairly soon. Phil said he was going to fry you at the stake. I'm not sure what that is meaning, but okay. All right. You just sent 30. Okay. If you didn't put your question in there, then I'll have you put your question in the chat here. Sometimes it takes a little bit for things to get through or me to see it on my iPad. But if you sent it, I see something from Lanny. Is that you, Jay? Or no, Lanny's been in here before. Lanny sent 30. We're going to go to Lanny's, and then Jay, if you tell me your name, then we'll go to that. I'm checking and seeing what's going on, and we'll do the best to do them in the order that we can. But, oh, come on, iPad, do your thing. There we go, there we go. I see Jay's that came through, but I can't see a question on that. So we'll do Lanny's, and then we'll do Jay's. Lanny, what is your question, honey? Do you have a question, or did you want the year ahead? Will you move to Colorado in the next 5 months? You got it. Let's take a look. Okay. You know what? I want to go to the Arcanum Tarot. Will you move to Colorado in the next 5 months? For Lanny. And let me shift this down so you guys can kind of see what's going on. And I'm recording the whole show, so if for some reason you have a technical glitch or whatever, it'll be recorded on my YouTube channel. Will you move to Colorado in the next 5 months? Lanny. I want to look and see if I've got that right. Yeah, I do got that right. Okay, hang on. Lanny, in the next 5 months. 1 second. Okay. The outcome is forward momentum. There is a little bit more haste going on. Let's see if we can get a timestamp. We've got the King of Wands, and this is what is the center of it. Somehow this is the king, the leader, father energy, that kind of thing. The challenge is inheritance, money, and legacy. What does he want to leave behind? So the we of the group of you wanting to move, there is legacy, and there's how do you want to do that moving forward. There is a little bit of heartache in the past. There is movement going forward towards the outcome and towards the near future. There is movement. I would say the answer is yes. Going on these cards here, we have this celebration and loving where you've been, but also wanting to let go. You've got this be where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. This is what you've been steeping in. What can you tolerate? What wants to be moving forward? And the moon in the conscious thoughts is saying basically the path isn't super clear, and it's scary, and there's things that are distorted. They don't feel like you have all the information. It feels like for the next 2 months, you feel a little bit stuck. Now, this doesn't usually come in as my 2 months card, but that's the time signature I'm getting on this card. So I go with my gut. I go with my feeling. It feels like stuck about limited thoughts or limited beliefs, what you're actually thinking of. It does feel like the next 2 months feel a little bit stuck for you. The Eight of Cups, hopes and fears. The fear about leaving something, even though it's unsatisfying. The fear about taking the step out to do something new. That's in the environment around you. Now, this heartache, betrayal, sadness, and loss, I think you are ready to go. There is something that wants to hold you closer to this. I'm not sure what this is. This is like a really, really bittersweet mixed brew of emotions, and it does feel like that the 5 month time frame is actually a reasonable time frame. Now, what's going on with that? And you guys always trust your higher intuition over me or any tarot reader. Your higher intuition is always trying to talk to you. This might reaffirm something. This might confirm something. But it doesn't override your agency or your freedom of choice or anything like that. It's never been meant to. It's just a tool to help you gain insight. It looks like, yes, there is a readiness. Hang on. These two want to come out. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this. Okay, sorry. You're getting the Judgment card and the Ace of Cups. Yes, it feels like you very much are. The thing is, there is something about the emotional stuff that is very, very tied to the situation where you are, and it feels like a disentangling that needs to happen. So when there's something that is that emotional and that tangled up, you know, no matter where you are, you might have to make new associations, new friends, or friends that you have made. The relationship is changed by a difference of geography. And this feels like a bigger geographic stretch than just moving across town. It feels quite significant. So if you're moving to Colorado and you don't live within Colorado, even if you live on the border of one of the states around it and you move to another border town, it's still a difference in geography that feels quite big. Anything else? Yeah, I want to go to the same deck, third deck. Now you'll see me do duplicate or triplicate decks. What do you need to know going into this? This is what you need to know. Sorry, this is just, it has to come. What do you need to know so you can create this move? Because it feels like this is a desirable but scared of doing it kind of a thing. What do you need to know? There is this coming in with the you belong thing. This is coming in very, very strongly. Getting keys to the kingdom, getting access. This is a Hierophant. This is number 5. This is a blessed period of time. Knight of Pentacles is coming up in repeat. You saw this in the previous and it's coming through again. And then the Sun. Yeah, this is what's coming in. This isn't something you have to rush. If it doesn't feel right, don't move it. Do what flows. And this is like the next 2 months, you're going to feel pretty stuck. But it's going to start to flow. It's going to start coming into place. Sometimes you have to break things down, take the walls down a brick by brick by brick before you can get over or through them. And that's what it feels like. So know that you belong, and where the place is that you're meant to go to is preparing itself for you as well. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. Yeah, I like that for you a lot. So that is yeah, you're going to be doing that within 5 months. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, and I don't know if you say that Jenicke or Janice or what, but that's J1980. So Janice, have I got that right? I hope I'm saying it right. You're welcome, Lanny. You are so welcome. Janice Mini. Okay. All right. Now, is there a specific question you have? Because I didn't see the question in the payment. I saw the payment, but I'm looking again to see if I overlooked anything. Yeah, it's not showing me your question there. So if you have your question that you want for your reading, it's Norwegian. So no, not correct. So is it Giannis? I don't know how you say it, but Jenna CKE. I gotcha. So if you've got your question, just send your question to me in this chat. Jenny K. Or maybe the J is a yeah. I don't know. But if you put your question here, we'll dive into it, and I'll throw the cameras back down, and we'll take a look at what's going on. So we're going to give her a second to type, and I'm going to move the camera down this way and move this down as soon as I see her question. You're stuck in this, on this M person, and will there be love in your life soon? Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in the love life for you. 1 second. We're going to the Light Seers for you. Now, a lot of you have seen the Light Seers. This one I happen to own 4 of, and I love this deck. You're stuck on this M person. Will there be love in your life soon? What's going on in the love life this way? Let's take a look. There is a need to step back. There's like almost wanting to jump forward with a leap of faith. It feels like you're hurtling yourself into something just to hurtle yourself into anything. And it feels like there's a need to step back instead of just leaping into anything. So I'm not sure what that's about, but that's the feeling coming through. Okay, now I'm going to go back down to the cards, honey. But whatever impressions I get, or if my guides come in and pop in something, then you're going to hear it. All right. This is your line. I've got 7 in the line here. I'm getting the same deck, second deck. This is the line of other that you're trying to draw in or draw towards you, and we're just going to do a straight up comparison straight across. This isn't how I typically set up a mini, but this is how it's called to be set up, so this is what's going on. These are very potent right here. Very potent. Hang on. Okay. All right. This is going to sound kind of preachy, sweetie, but what we're getting here for you is the Hangman, the Emperor, and the High Priestess. And this feels like you're waiting around for somebody else to either validate or give you the signal or cue you in. The High Priestess is here, and High Priestess year comes in and it's strong. High Priestess lessons. come in strong. She means business. She means seeing your own dark side, seeing your own shadow side, doing your own spiritual lessons, and this is big. She'll kick your ass, take your name, and laugh at you too, because she's going to laugh at the soul growth that you have yet to do. And this one feels like you have yet to do. The M person doesn't feel like they're in here. Other does feel like they're in here. So the M person you might be hung up on, but that might not be your person. That's what it's feeling like. We're going to go back down to the cards. Okay. The next out, we have you beating the drum here, the Knight of Wands. This is rushing in. This is the wham bam, thank you ma'am, or making so much noise, making so much noise. It's bull in the china shop energy. High Priestess wants you to slow it down, refine some things. High Priestess wants you to dance through the portal and not be clumsy. It does feel like this wanting to dive into something, really feeling so ready, and where is he? Where is he? Where are they? Where are they? Where is my other? Where's my other? Where's my other? Where's my other? Where's my other? And it's like that energy is just pushing them further away, further back. It doesn't serve. They are trying to come through. They are on their way, but they're coming in slow. You can see the Knight of Pentacles here coming in slow. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, protected heart, protected heart, protected heart. This is something where it's a lack mindset that overtakes you. Usually in monetary terms, this would mean greed, but we're asking about relationship terms. This is so protecting what it needs to look like, so protecting what it needs to be, that being on your own, being free, and being independent is challenging and scary to you. But that is what actually comes up. This is the sitting pretty. This is the one that has all the luxury, all the choices, all the options. And she occasionally sends her hawk out or sends the bird to check what's going on with her circumstance. And below that one comes the sun. I want to fan this so you can see this a little bit more. This is the end that's coming up here. This is where it feels like it's coming up. Over here, so you can see, sweetie, over here we have the Seven of Cups. Somebody procrastinating. The other one has other choices, other decisions they have to make. They have to do a new start. It feels like they're doing a new start in what might be career type, money type thing, and then they have to retreat. Whatever this is, the other that wants to come in is dealing with other shit. Love isn't first on their mind right now. They're dealing with other shit to do with choices, to do with money, to do with retreat. And there's a little bit of confusion for them before they can go forward. What I'm getting is love is coming. The M person doesn't feel like the right person at all. The M person feels more like lesson than love of your life. Often we want love of our life, but we're inexperienced in love and we see somebody that's great, but we think, okay. And then when things come to an end or they don't go as deep or committed as we want to make them be. We want to force them in. And square peg round hole doesn't work, right? Queen of Swords energy here. The straight up truth is what they're looking for. They're going to look for something that's authentic. They're going to look for something that is very much you being you. So love is coming, but not with him. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I'm getting. I want to snoop just a little further. And I know this is supposed to be a mini, but you guys know I get nosy. I want to snoop just a little bit further. We're going to get the miniature of this out and see what else is going on. What's going on in 3.5 months? Why am I getting this? 3.5 months is coming in, and I'm not sure what that's about. 3.5 months, 3.5 months, 3.5 months. Yeah, you need to get, this is going to, I'm so going to be so dated and so old, but there used to be a commercial that said, I'm going to wash that gray right out of my hair. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. All of this ridiculous lyrics, but that's exactly what I'm getting coming through. Whatever this has been before, this previous stuff before, it needs to be washed out of your system and well and truly out of your system so you can be clear to move forward to whatever is coming next. Let's see what's going on. Fuck yeah, you need to get him out of your head. I mean, somebody, it's another reader calls this Kurt Cobain in pain. This is too much bully on the battlefield. You need to just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Don't be juggling. Don't be feeling like you're never going to have. Don't be feeling lack anymore. And you need to go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. You're in a space where you are tolerated, taken for granted, not appreciated, or not invested in as much as you would like to be in relationship. What that will do for you, if you keep up with this relationship, it'll get you a very one-sided investment. It's like if you're putting in $80 and he's putting in $2 and you're expecting, okay, the other 18 have to be coming soon. Then we'll have the 100%. No. Quit investing in somebody if they are not investing in you, and quit being tolerated. Start being celebrated. Go do things that make you feel happy and whole and on your own, and let go of this one that has come before, because ultimately they're just going to cause this kind of anxiety and stress for you, and it's not so good for you. So it really is a challenge for you to do, but it is worth the doing. You are worthy of having the deep love and the deep connection that you want, but it doesn't always happen in the time frame that we want to force. When it happens, it flows and it's easy and it's real. And when it happens, you don't question what's going on. And that's not being in love with love at love's first blush. It's just more grounded feeling. So that's what I got working on it, but it's been hard. Yeah, your job is not to change and pretzel knot yourself into what anybody else thinks you need to be. You just be you to the best that you can be and keep doing that and let love come crashing in when it's ready. So that's what I've got for you. Okay, I'm going to go turn on a fan and then I'll be right back. So 1 second, guys. I've got to get the fan on. It's warm in here today. I don't know what's going on outside. But that's what I got. 1 second, guys. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully, guys. Hopefully. Okay. We'll see if that helps a little bit. I'm back now. Okay, back. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So, Kim, can you let me know who's next on the list? You're welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. Okay. Hey, Steph. Hey, how you doing? Full question in Venmo for Alicia. Okay, 1 second. Let's take a look. All right. Let me go back. I'm trying to see. Okay. Okay, it's coming up. Just 1 second. Okay, this is relationship read for Alicia, and you're learning how to receive. That is great. Just giving. Okay, let me see if I'm understanding this correct. You say you're learning lessons including how to receive BS, just giving. So are you telling me, Alicia, that you are just giving, just giving, just giving? Is that what you're telling me? I want to be clear in what I'm seeing. So I'm looking for Alicia's comment. And Minnie, Kim is keeping track of the list, so Kim will know how many people. Okay, so I'm looking for Alicia's comment. So if you're just the one that is giving, giving, giving in the lopsided way that I just mentioned, I want to be clear about what I'm reading on, but we'll go into it and we'll look. Not just giving anymore. He's giving. And you're learning that you're worthy of receiving. Excellent. Okay. I'm learning how to receive. Wondering if it's headed where it feels. Okay, let's take a look. We're going into the Dark Mansion. It's one of my favorite decks. It's very, very whimsical, but I love this deck. I love it. So we're going in. Okay, we're going to flip these so you can see coming down. And this one I have 4 of, 2 bigs and 2 smalls on this one. So we'll see what's going on. I'm getting arcs, so we're going to go into this in kind of an arc shape and see what's happening with this. Hang on. There's a stiff but good energy coming through. It's like it's coming together like this, but it's not floating together. It's like slowly lining up. I'm getting the image of a zipper when a zipper is stuck and it's not going, and then all of a sudden it goes, but you have to kind of work through some of it a little bit at a time before all the teeth interlock, if you know what I'm saying here. Okay. What's going on? Yeah, it feels like there is a work to find a place of ease, and it feels like it's worthy of doing. The Lover's card is the first one out. Now, this is interesting. The choices that you're making to learn these Lover's lessons. This is part of contract. This is part of learning. What else do we got here? I want to lay right over the top. This feels like the hidden lesson or the lesson underneath, almost like we're looking at different doors and panels. So I want to see what's going on with that, because that's what it feels like we're doing. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, we're going to just treat this like you're on some kind of game show and we're looking at the prizes, seeing what's going on. The 8 of Wands, the things coming up into alignment, coming in a frenzy. And the lesson is the Knight of Swords, how to not be reckless, how to carry your truth, how to hold yourself in integrity while having things come together quickly. This is a lot of work, but that zipper, when it's stuck and then all of a sudden, zip, it eases up pretty good. This is what we're getting. Don't be reckless. Don't be so frustrated by the work of it. If something's misaligned, get it back in alignment and then start moving forward. That's what we got for that lesson. Now, I'm going to put these down here. Hopefully you can see. I think you can see. Okay. Then we've got the Chariot coming up in the lesson. So the Chariot and the Four of Pentacles. Now this is, how do you balance? How do you focus? How do you have the ambition to create the momentum while either protecting your heart or not coming from a space of lack and fear? And this is a tricky one because you have to open up and be vulnerable. And that, like, there isn't a guarantee. How is it going to go? You don't get a guarantee in love. You don't. Because the other person has their free agency, their free will, their free choice as well. There is a soul contract here. This is asking you to open up, but pay attention to where you're going. I love that these two things, it feels like opposing forces, and they don't even really know where the other one is going. I mean, they are so crazy out of control. The horses are like, "Woo!" And they need to be reined in, harnessed. Okay, that word is coming up strong. Harnessed, working together, brought in and reined in, brought in and reined in, working together to move forward at the same pace. Sometimes there will be a horse that is a little bit stronger, a little bigger pace, going, 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 going. Sometimes that one needs to hold back a little bit for the other one to catch up. And it feels like that is kind of what's going on. A little bit of these energies need to be harnessed and wrangled. I am getting that sense of wrangled. These horses are wild horses needing to be wrangled going on. So this is the energy. The next part of the energy coming forward is the Temperance and the Six of Wands, and I love this. Now, Six of Wands doesn't usually have this wedding. The Four of Wands more typically has something like this. So don't let this confuse you. It's a victory card. You could be one of the guests at a wedding. This could be something else going on, but it is a coming together in a way. And here we have the Temperance. There's a temperance about how you are coming together. Instead of doing this, coming together. It's going to take a little time to alchemize to get the flow. Here, New Start energy after the limiting beliefs. New Start energy after the limiting beliefs. If you're looking for your partner to find your fulfillment, no matter who you are, whether it's you or me or anybody down the street, they are not capable of fulfilling your happiness. That is the inside job for us. We all have to create that. But if you are looking to the relationship to add to the happiness, not be the main thing, but be the frosting on the cake or be some of the frosting, then that's a little bit of a different thing. The Fool's New Start, let go of the limiting beliefs, let go of putting so much on the relationship itself to satisfy your happiness and start taking after your own happiness. Take the leap of faith, then you move forward. There's something also here coming through, and I want to get a third deck. There's something about a new start energy coming forward, and it does not feel like to do with relationship. I don't know if you're picking up a new hobby, a new class, a new job. I have no idea. But there is something coming through on that. It feels very Ace of Wands is coming through on that energy. I'm not sure what that's about. The Devil energy where you're waiting for the toxic thing, the limiting thoughts to go. That's the truth of the matter. And the Ace of Swords is this new truth that you're going towards. This is something that's going to be integrity towards your mind. It feels like to me that this new truth that you're discovering would be something you're pursuing, like a new way of learning, a new way of thinking, getting out of old toxic way of thinking. So this could be something like you're learning new self-improvement or self-healing, and it's not all on you. The relationship is about two people, but you're letting go of things that chained you and tethered you from the past and that are toxic and that you've outgrown. And you're going into this place where you're really opening up the crown chakra more. You're really opening up the way of thinking more, and it's less clogged up is what I would say. Anything else? Is he going to have a clue on that? Is he going to have a clue on that? He, she, they, other? Not yet. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a little bit. You're going to have to allow, is the word that I'm getting, for them to grow at their own pace. Allow, step back. So you might say, oh, I'm taking this great class and here's all these things that I'm learning about self-improvement and growth. And they're like, well, that's nice for you. And it might be that they're going to be, that's nice for you, until you incorporate that by deed, not just by here's this new thought, but by deed, they aren't going to get it. I hope that makes sense. You've got that level of happiness. Hang on. On your own shoulders. He just compliments it. Good. Good. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Whatever this is that is the fulfillment and the exciting new thoughts, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep going towards that. Why are you here? Okay. There's something, the way you see the lens, through the way you see through the lens. I'm getting that you've got teacher's goggles on and getting like this image of like somebody in lab class at school, you know, like if you're in the chemistry lab or whatever, you've got the goggles on, you're doing the thing, and somebody else is watching. You're the one that's actually incorporating different things. He's actually watching what happens of these experiments. Yes? He's actually watching and seeing what you combine and how you combine more than he would verbalize, more than he's saying. Again, in deed, more than in talk. It's being, you are teaching by example, and that's not a superior thing. It's just he's noticing, he's observing. Anything else on this? You've got the gift. You're really, don't hesitate to honor your own gifts. Don't hesitate to go forward. Be the Batman in this. Keep being the Batman in this. You've heard me say this 1,000 times. You're not here to be Robin. You're here to be Batman. And then he learns how to be Batman too, because he doesn't have to be Robin either. Okay, next on the lessons coming forward. Okay, going back down to the cards. Sorry, I was up and out of those cards for a minute. All right, we have the Page of Swords and the Anxiety. This is going to be something that's a little bit of a trick for you. This is seeing something, witnessing something, and having a little bit of miscommunication. Again, sweetie, this is one where I am asking you to say less, speak less, use your words more concisely, and use fewer of them. Let the words that you drop, whether you drop a truth bomb that, you know, happiness is an inside job, that's a cute little jargony, whatever. But if that's what you're saying and that's what you want him to pick up, then don't go on and over-explain it. Nope, just drop it, boom, and let it be. There's going to be a little miscommunication, and there's going to be a little bit of a rude awakening or epiphanies in the night. There's aha moments and epiphanies coming. This is really, really a tricky one. This is, sometimes to me, this is like the Tower card, because the bolt out of the blue comes and it's a miniature of that. It also is a disturbance in your dreams that drops the aha epiphany, and you need to be looking for that. I want to see what else. We'll get the fourth and final deck on the epiphany, on the anxiety and the stress. The anxiety's got to go. It's, it feels to me, and if I'm wrong, please forgive, but it feels to me like you're doing a little bit of battle with your inner control freak, and you don't have a huge one, but you have a little bit of one, and you want to know what's going on, and you're doing a little bit of battle in learning how to flow, and that's okay. That's okay to learn how, but you still, like, who likes uncertainty? Oh, well, no one. So, you know, it makes sense that you'd be doing a little bit of that battle, and it feels like this is what you're learning to do, and this whole learning to flow lesson is the stronger lesson coming through here. Is that, yeah, I didn't need this one. Okay, put that one back. Next out, Empress and Queen of Swords. Okay. The Empress, and what's the lesson? The Empress is you're the fucking Empress. You're the shit. You've got this. You've got command, control, receptivity towards all. Know how to put things in your kingdom, in your realm, where they're going to prosper and grow. The logic sometimes gets in the way. And this one sometimes has to yield to emotion a little bit. She's perceived sometimes as the bitch because she's very articulate, but she's right like 99% of the time almost. So she's really, really right about a thing, but she might not be right about the emotional timing, the emotional flow. And the Empress, she outranks this one and outflanks this one. So the receptivity needs to be bigger than the logic going on, if that makes any kind of sense to you. Now going forward, how is he feeling? What's coming on his side of the equation? We're going to look here real quick. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So there is a lot of this victory. Now, this is the second time we've seen this card. Second time we've seen it. Where was it before? It was under the Temperance. And what is it sitting next to when it came up this time? The Star. Second chances, hope, and healing. There is something that's coming together, but this is like you need to be in the healing waters. He needs to be in the healing waters. He needs to retreat and learn some of these lessons on his own. So, create deliberate space in the relationship, not between you like you're not getting on each other's page, but deliberate time where he can be doing his own thing, you're doing your own thing, and then coming back together. Creating more deliberate space for growth, for him to arrive at different thoughts. This is what I feel like is a good thing for you, and this is how you're going to get these two kind of working together in a more symbiotic way. That's what I've got. That feels complete. That's gorgeous. I love that for you. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's what I've got. It feels like very much the relationship is huge, full of potential, huge, full of readiness. And if you can let go of the control dynamic just a wee bit and not worry about outcome, worry more about flow, you'll enjoy the relationship that you're in a bit more. And that alone is going to help growth. That alone is going to help happy for both of you. That's what I got. That's complete. All right. Okay, let's see what else is going on. 1 second. I'm sorry, the messages got behind on the phone, so. Okay, next is Ankita for the full general. Okay, you got it. You love all that. Yeah. It's almost like you're stepping into a new way of relating. You know, it feels like rather than trying to force it to be a thing or force expectations to be a thing, you're going to step back a bit, let it kind of be what it is, then step together again and have more fun along the way. And I like that a lot for you. Okay, so Ankita's full. Now let me see if there's, I'm scrolling back for a second, guys. Full general. Okay, got it. 1 second. Let me put these over here and get another tray. And some water. We're going into Weird World for Ankita. That's coming up next. Just 1 second. All right. Okay. I wanted to double check the spelling of the name and see if I've got that right, and I did. So, okay. I think that's fine. Full read for Ankita. Oh, thanks, Mini-Me. Thanks. Mini M. Yeah, the cards are just in these jewelry containers, and they're always moving and always in flux, but I try to keep them close. All right. Why are we in the Weird World for Ankita? I get something about you're supposed to be in a waking dream. You're supposed to be in a dream state, and a dream state of knowing, and treat the adventure of life like the epic that it is instead of the work. So we're going to go back down, down, down we go again. Down we go again. All right, there we go. Think about the epic fantasy stories, whether it's The Hobbit or whether it's Star Trek, which is kind of sci-fi fantasy. It's like the epic adventure, the epic ride, the epic journey. And when you start thinking about life as more of that adventure, it serves you. I'm going to say this and probably get in trouble for it, but it feels like that's when your balls drop. That's when it feels like it gets really meaningful, really potent, really strong. It's like, holy smokes, okay, grown up. Now, that's when it hits, when you realize this is the adventure. You signed up for this. This was the ride you wanted. This is what's going forward. This is what you want. And it is like, boom, potent, when you realize you're here for adventure and you get the work mindset out of the way. All right, what's going on? Oh, yeah. Hang on. Oh, okay, I'm going to shift this down so you can see what's going on. This is coming in and this is coming in, and it's wanting to snake this way and this way. So give me just a second. It's going this way, and I'm going to have to set it at kind of a slightly strange angle because it wants to be set such. Wow. And I'm trying to keep this within the perspective here. It feels like it's going a zigzag. I guess I thought it would lay out straighter than this, and it won't. I'm not being allowed to lay it out straighter than that. We'll use the second deck for clarifying. Okay. So same deck, the edge of the color is different. This is how we know we're in the second deck, right? So this is what we got. Starting with the karmic lesson right here of the Ten of Pentacles. Now this one is usually luxury, where the family has got the happiness ever after, the generational legacy and wealth, all of that. But justice and this is telling me that there is a karmic lesson, sometimes a legacy and a breakthrough on the family level that has gone from the generations before and is going forward now. Regarding the Two of Cups, the perfect offer, the wedding, the coming together, the way you do friendship, the way you do business. There is legacy coming through in a different way and looking at it a different way. This is not looking from the inside of the house. This is looking outside at a new house, new place and space, new walls around to look at. Again, I'm getting very much that this adventure, that you need to be looking at this adventure, everything you've done up to this point might be like preparing the foundation or building something. But now it's time to look at it from the adventure. And this is definitely looking at a new situation. It's not looking outside, or it's not looking outside from within. It is looking at the whole structure from a whole different place in time. There is breakthrough going on here. I want clarification on this. This is huge. I'm getting something about Victorian era coming through. Victorian era, my dear. Something about the Victorian era. It's not just how they build, it's how they thought in such a restricted manner. And there is something about the Victorian era of your family, or of your family's legacy, that has been restrictive, that you are meant to break through. Don't know what this is about, but that's what's coming up. And it is coming, making me, yeah, referencing Victoria and Albert And then how big was the love? And then something about the imposed mourning became over heavy, over burdensome. And it makes room later for more friendships later, but you have to get through whatever that is. The breakthrough happens, and look, the Empress comes in. This is huge. Birthing something new. This is something new being born in the family. Now, if I got an Empress card, obviously I'm not going to be having any more kids. I'm past that point. But birthing something new in the family, birthing a new tradition, birthing a new change, letting something else flow through again, bringing new life back to a situation in a huge way. It refreshes, it enlivens, it creates more joy, and it allows a newer, fresher start. And you see beyond the vistas that you saw in the past. Here we have the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Swords coming up. Defending the boundaries. You go to a certain point, you run out of real estate there. You can't defend any further. So you have to walk the path a little bit differently. You have to approach differently, or you have to take a leap of faith. One way or another, you got to make a choice that's different here. And then here, we have the Eight of Swords. Now, this one, if you can look at really close, I hope that the light will show it well enough. It's not showing the traditional swords all around the girl. It's showing more like bars, like being imprisoned, being stuck, being trapped, right? That's the meaning of this. And it's usually our own mental thing that's making the trap. This is where this is coming. You're looking at a whole new place in space. Like if I got these and your question was, were you moving? I'd be telling you, yeah, you're moving. It feels almost as strong as a geographic move as to what's going on with this. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, this has been slow coming. And this is the card that I had to pivot on. So I'm going to shift this back down to the cards. But look at this. The big reward coming in strong with the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And this Knight of Pentacles, this horse is not stuck. He's got a strong horse, but he's actually in motion and moving forward. This is Weird World cards, Weird World Tarot. And how this wanted to read was go from here, back through here, and back around. So that's exactly how I'm doing it. So this, if you want this horse to be in motion, you let go of the grief. Oh, here's the Fool wanting the new start right here. I told you it was there, And then look, the crystallized vision from the house of the past changes. Look at this. So the nostalgia has to be let go. The grieving of something has to let go of the grief of a situation, move forward towards the new adventure, take the leap of faith. This is what was coming in here, super strong. This, how you saw it in the glass, how you saw it. The past is the past. Don't let it tether you or hold you any further. There's more waiting for you if you go forward. Treat it for the lesson that it was and enjoy the nostalgia of where you've been. We can't change the family that we're born in or some of our past or some of our history. What we can do to honor that is realize the lessons that it taught us that were useful, good, helpful, those kinds of things. And everybody gets a mixed bag on that, whether we know it or not. Everybody kind of gets a mixed bag on that one. Take what it is that you can use at this time because you're going to need it. It's part of your kit, part of your backpack, part of what was on your path to do, to move forward. So have the nostalgia, but not the rose-colored glasses, and don't let it be bitter, okay? Two of Wands. There's new world coming in here, new plan. There is definitely the adventure soul coming through for you. Like, you know when people say, oh, do a bucket list, blah, 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 and they're like, their bucket list might be go to Disneyland, go to Hawaii, go scuba diving, whatever. Your bucket list might be, you know, go find the world's biggest field of sunflowers, whatever it is. But whatever this is that is your bucket list, there's a more spiritual to-do list that is important to you, experiential wise. This is what we're looking at. It's more about the emotion than just the household in 3D. The bucket list and things to do. There are things to be done, adventures and senses of completion that you want to have, that you want to go towards, and they feel a little bit less 3D than just go to Disneyland. Check. It's more experience this or dive into that. So that's what you got. You want to help people. Okay, we've got the Queen of Cups coming up next. Yeah, you're going to have to reflect on something. She's the one that reflects on love lost, and we had the lost cards a little previous to here. And then she moves forward anyway, and she honors her intuition anyway. Here, there has been a heartbreak, and this one feels like diminished. It doesn't feel like third-party betrayal, although it could have been. The betrayals of the heart are sometimes when we hold on to something a little too long. Maybe we hold on to anger a little too long. Maybe we'll hold on to what's hurt, or maybe something somebody said that really hurt our heart deeply, and we don't want to believe this, but we gave too much credence to what they said rather than what we want to create for ourselves to be true. So this is what she's reflecting on, something that is a heartache, something that's a truth that she needs to shift and let go and move through. Now the Hermit comes up as we're going this way down the line. I'm going to show you. So it's dropped all the way down to the Hermit here. Come this way, right here. And look at this lantern. He's holding this really close to his face. And look, he's looking like, if you can see this, he's looking straight ahead through wise old eyes. There is something that is seen when you look at straight on. It's important. When you look straight onto it. It's not like hold the lantern up and it's in the distance. No, it's hold the light. You want to look straight on. You want to look somebody or something square in the eye and recognize the cold hard truth of what that is. Maybe somebody that you would hope, maybe it's family or friend, would be more invested and do more for maintaining your relationship, and you've been hoping and hoping and hoping, and maybe that's just not in their capacity. So you can either love them anyway or take more space or whatever it is you need to do, but there needs to be acknowledgement on that, and that's what that feels like here. So going now, pivoting again, going towards your own adventure. And this really is walking your own path of wisdom. This comes in very serpentine, and the snakes always have wisdom. Six of Swords. You're leaving the rough waters behind. So that analogy I gave you feels very, very on. You'll know better than I, but you're going towards where you can find more peace. Where there is more peace and less disruption for you, less harsh waters, less... Okay. Less of the role that you used to play in the family legacy, what you've inherited as the role. Less of that role. That role had a time, but it's being put aside for your own soul's growth that gives you more peace. So if somebody tries to put you in the box of childhood, whether you're golden child or scapegoat or whatever it is that you think the role was that you were in childhood, there's some sort of outgrowing of that you have to move beyond. It brings you more peace. Three of Wands. Waiting for the fates to step in. There is a present coming with this. Now, this is the Three of Wands. I usually call it the Santa Fe burger. But in this one, in strange way, it's weird world, right? So it's strange. It's fantasy. It's a little bit different in the flavor of the deck. And it feels more epic. It feels big. It feels like the fates want to serve you more than just what you've ordered, more than what you've expected. It feels like they want to bring you an epic present. So this is the one where the ships are coming in. What's going on? What's the epic gift? Holy shit. Okay. It's a hard won gift. What we're getting for this. And I'm going to show you in the order they came in. Okay. So we have the Two of Swords. The epic gift is having the courage to make a choice about something. One seems about as good as the other, but the epic gift gets you the epic reward after you make the choice. You have to get your emotions sorted and then make a choice. And you can't just go by logic or what makes sense. You need to choose deeper than that. What came after that? Nine of Wands. Resilience. Now, this is more than just being defensive. It's being resilient. This is the wounded soldier usually, and this is the one that knows how to handle the battles, has to defend the boundaries. At the Seven of Wands, you're defending boundaries, and you're kind of on the back foot. By the Nine, you know how to defend, what you need to defend, and how you need to hold that, and you need to hold the line. And this is something you're resilient to do, but you're going to do it in a different way. And then Page of Coins. This is beautiful. This is knowing that you're the Batman, even though they've told you you're supposed to be Robin. Even though they've told you, well, you're the sidekick, or you're just, you know, the middle kid, or you're the whatever. There's been something that's been made you, it feels like somebody has made you feel smaller than what you're meant to be. And their assignment to you being small is their learning. It's not actually your truth at all. So you get to choose what truth do you want to carry. You get to choose what boundaries do you want to hold. And you get to choose, are they ready for the fucking bat? Are they ready for Batman to show up? Because it's time. This is the gift. The fates are bringing this to you in a strong way. And you know this already. You know. We all should be taking the lead role in our own lives. But sometimes we forget and we play a role or we don a mask that really isn't ours. And this is when it's come off. This is when it's doing different now. The Four of Wands is totally doing different. You're walking through a portal of time. This is synchronicity. This is celebration. This is the beginnings of a foundation. It's gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Usually you see it outside the castle walls, kind of more where the peasants would be in Rider-Waite land. And you see the celebration. This is weddings, graduations, births. All of this is happening for you. All of this. Legacy and breakthrough here. Birth here. This new start. You're walking through a new portal. The 8-8 portal is coming up. This is a strong one for you. Whatever this is, this role that you want to set down, it is time to do it. And I'd write in 2 very declarative sentences before the 8th. I now choose to set down the role of blah, 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 fill in the blank, period. And I wouldn't make it a 50 million page, no, 1 sentence. I now choose to set down the role of. I now reclaim my blah, 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 blah. my role, or I now reclaim myself as. That's what I'd write down. That's what I would do. And it's huge. And I would do this on this Lionsgate portal for you. I just would. I know it's homework, but that's what I would do. King of Wands. You as the inspired leader needs to come through. You're not following them. The empath learns to outsmart the narcissist. The empath learns what other people need and want, and they dial that in. It's part of the lesson that you learn, but it's not how you always have to operate. When you get somebody that is a skilled empath, that is a knowledgeable and wise empath, they know how to not fall for other people's nonsense, and they will still tune in, and the heart will still be big, but you're getting better at being the lead for yourself and inspiring for yourself. The Emperor comes in and the Tower. Yeah, wow. These kick in strong. It's like you are doing a role reversal on this. So instead of having somebody else be King of Wands or Emperor or give you the rules, you are now creating them, setting them up yourself. Why? Because you're knocking down everything that doesn't serve. Everything that doesn't serve. The liberation of the Tower is beautiful. It is messy. It is, oh shit, oh fuck, oh no. But it also is freedom. There is a new epiphany, a new knowledge, a new truth bomb that blows open the crown chakra, and there's no getting around it. And it's beautiful afterwards. So this one is one of my very favorite cards, and a lot of people hate this because it's calamity, disaster, oh no. I can't tell you how many calamity, disaster moments that I've survived, that I've gotten through, and it's been like, I don't know, does God hate me? You know, that kind of energy. What's this about? I didn't deserve this, that kind of thing. It gives you freedom and release more than you think. Once that Tower falls, it falls. Owning the Emperor energy is huge for you on this. What comes after this? And this is the karmic lesson. It started with justice. It ends with the Tower. Let's see what else is coming through on this. This is a biggie. Yeah. Yeah, you are on not just your hero's journey for life, but you are having many stages of the hero's journey all thrown into this year of life. What else is coming on? Okay, why did these one out? That's a lot. Give me a second. Hot damn slash ma'am. Okay, all right. Give me a second. Move these to the side. We have Page of Swords. Listen, watch, observe, communicate clearly. Zip it. Listen clearly. Communicate clearly. Listen, watch, observe. Witness what's gone on. Nine of Cups. Your wishes that are coming to you come after this card. After knowing this truth and moving past it. Pay attention to what you've had to move beyond. Pay attention to this. This is a repeat, and so was the other one. Repeat, repeat. This is also the repeat. This one came in also. These came in also. You have... I'm going to show you because you may not believe. This. You need to go towards your own peace. This heartache, we saw it before. It's visceral enough. You know you saw it before. And then this Seven of Wands. Holding your boundary. Holding the line for what it is that you need. Important for you. Eight of Cups. You will be walking away from something that doesn't satisfy you. And you will do it with ease. Again, that Hermit came through. This is the mini of this. Just as much as the Nine of Swords is the mini of the Tower. This Eight of Cups. Something isn't emotionally fulfilling. You're walking away from it. And you're scrutinizing and looking at it straight on. Straight on. Yeah, Chad's saying plot twist on the Tower, and that's totally it. In our own stories, towers come when the universe decides we need a plot twist. Three of Cups, being celebrated rather than tolerated. Having new friends, new friendships, and equal celebration. Equal offering, happy celebration. The whole soul family. Your soul tribe, your soul family is coming in differently. The family of origin is one thing. The soul family is different. And we get to have both in this life. And sometimes we think, well, our family of origin, maybe that's a little bit tricky. Sometimes that's a good fit. Sometimes it's not. You know, you get what you get. But it doesn't mean you can't make new family connections. And that's what you said about doing. Seven of Cups. Don't procrastinate. This is choices, choices, choices. What do you want that's the most sweet? It's not illusion. It's not confusion for you anymore once you make the choice. And the trick on this, I call it the window shopper's card, is to actually go in and make the choice. Get something in your hands, make the choice. You're going to have to do this. This is Sneaky Pete the Thief or the Robin Hood card. The one that makes a stealthy, well thought out plan and has to do what they have to do to live to fight another day. It feels like some people you might go no contact or low contact with. It feels like other things that you're going to choose to incorporate in your life are going to be new and going to be fresher, but it is time. And this epic hero's journey of this next year ahead is huge for you. What else is coming in? We just came off of hot July. It's going to feel like this is very, very resolved by next July, but what else does she need to know? Give me a second. So much the steel gray, the cold steel gray. It's like a cleansing, cleansing, cleansing. Lots of tears coming through. Lots of rain coming through. And it does the mist, the fog burn off. There's something that happens in the dreary weather when you get contemplative. If you feel like going in and doing your shadow work, that would be appropriate for you to do. But again, realize what the role is that you had been and what you want to reclaim. Do that in the Lionsgate portal and do it again in winter. I would do it like every 3 months. I would do this for the next year. I don't know why. No idea why, but that's what I've got for you. That's complete. Wow, that was gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. That's what's going on. All right, I'm going to get some water. Wow, kazow. All right. Okay, guys, let me see what's next. I don't know who's next, and I don't even know where the comments are right now. Okay. All right. Okay. The list is clear as far as you know. Okay, let's go to a collective real quick. Or not real quick, either way. Okay. I don't know what these are, but we are going into this deck. I forget what the name of it is. And I want to say Dream of Color, but that's not what this is. Dream of Color is different. Okay, we're going to tip this down. See what's going on for the collective. Is the fan on? Yes, it is on. Is it too noisy? Collective sounds awesome. Okay. 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 You can't even hear it. Good. Okay. So hang on one second before we go. Trying to see. I see something from Kristen. I don't see Victoria's, but I see Victoria's name floating by. I want to pull 3 for the collective, and then we're going to go into Kristen's, I think is what was actually coming next. So let Kim know if you've sent for a reading, and let her know how you sent. That way I can see it a little more clearly. This earring's got to go, guys. Wow. Okay. That earring is pinching, and it's got to go. We're just hot and stripping off earrings, I guess. All right. What does the collective need to know today? Oh, it's here. It's here, and it's very, very juicy. Jason Momoa, almost. Look at that one. This is the Nine of Wands, about the resilience that needs to be here. The Knight of Pentacles, ready to do whatever it is. You know, when you see the Olympics and they've got those horses doing like the equestrian dancing, whatever it is, knowing that you drive and command your own horse, and it's okay to take things slowly. It's okay to be resilient. And then the Nine of Swords. Now this one is when we have anxiety and stress. What is the higher call? How do we get into this higher space? Page of Cups and Judgment. Excuse me, 5 of Cups and Judgment. Oh, okay. 5 of Cups, mourning the loss, mourning the sorrow, letting go of something from the past, if there has been a reason to grieve or have grieving, really feeling it, not just bypassing it, and really moving through it fully, completely. Allow yourself the grief, but do not wallow. Just because something has been lost doesn't mean you're meant to be here wallowing, 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 wallowing. And then the Judgment card is coming. This one, they've got the referee making the call. This is an interesting rendition of Judgment. Usually it's the resurrection. It's all about the second chances. This one might be after the replay, blah, 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 blah. You know, that kind of thing. But it feels very much like the second chance after the loss has been grieved, and as fully as your body will let you. That means snotty crying if you need to. It means mad and stomping your feet and yelling at God if you need to. But it means getting the second chance for yourself when you decide that you want to move through and beyond that. And it's time for many of us to do that. We can't move forward and bring more compassion forward for ourselves, for our friends. We can't bring more of our higher self and more of our spiritual self, or even more of our happy self forward, if we're stuck wallowing and pissed off why we got ripped off and why we're mad about a thing, or if we're mad that something has been taken or lost or gone. So this is what's going on. You let go of that loss and move forward for the second chance in a more whole way, listening to your higher self. That's the collective. Okay, so that's what we've got for that. Now, moving on, let's see what's going on. Okay. All right, I'm trying to see what's going on. Okay, Kim, we had Kristen for a blind, so we're going to go into that next. And then I thought I saw Victoria's name. I don't know if she sent a payment or if I was just reading the scroll wrong. I think I may have just read the scroll wrong. But we're for Kristen, And I think the blind is what she wanted. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, it says for the blind. Where are we going? We're going here. Holy shitballs. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Kristen, you need to be in your badass self. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, this one goes back here. Sorry, that's part of another thing. Okay, so what we've got is the Cowgirls and Aliens deck. No kidding. I think this is the Star Temple. That came next. Then this is like the angel numbers or something like that. That's a quick one. And then this bitchin' badass one. I don't even know the name of it. It's like some kind of goddess or be your own goddess. I don't know what it is. It's badass. So, all right, that's what we're going to. So we're going to put this so you can see the cards. And we'll see what's going on. Holy cow. Blind reading. Kristen, what do we got? Cowgirls and Aliens. Yeah, this deck just wants to say saddle up, motherfuckers. That's what it always wants to do. It's like get ready to ride. We've got the clones, we've got the cyborg, and we've got it says telepath. Now, just give me a second. The clones, it says, I'll accept life's contradictions and keep an open mind. I want you to see this. There's very, very Gemini energy going on. What's coming in is the mirror of you that you see. It's not when you look in the bathroom mirror. It's when you look in your friends and you see the parts of you that are brought out to their best and highest ability. The friends in you, the friends near you, the people that you love that bring out this higher or amplification of soul and self that mirrors that back in that kind of way. That's the Gemini effect. That's the Gemini factor. This is something huge coming in. There is a clone effect. If you guys ever watched Orphan Black, great show, great show. But the clones, it's not so much that you are being cloned, but that people are carrying parts of the same lessons that you will have that will be reflected back to you. The cyborg. I accept my emotions. I will accept my emotions and not be defined by them. This is laser focus. The cyborg, if you think of Cyclops and you think of cyborg, it's laser focus. This is where you are really, really, truly on what the point, on point with whatever it is you want to move forward. This is understanding how your emotions are given to you as a tool. They're not meant to be forever, forever. They say emotions are fleeting. If you're mad, it can be fleeting. If you're riled, it can be fleeting. But what is the lesson? What is underneath that? What is the belief under the emotion that is stirring that emotion to the surface? Good, bad, or indifferent? If you're in this indifferent, why? If something is causing you a righteous anger, why? Is there a bigger need for justice? If something is causing you a huge amount of joy and burbling laughter, why? Is there more of that needs to be honored? Are you paying attention to your emotions in that way? The telepath, this one's just gorgeous. And she's almost got like the cyborg Cyclops eye right here. But the telepath says, I'm compassionate and will show others understanding and respect. So this is what I was talking about. This one should have been illustrated for that, if you ask me. But whatever, I'm not in charge of the world. But this is what's coming up. The telepath. You know when you're with your close friends or sometimes in close relationships where one person finishes the other person's sentence, or you say blah, 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 and the other person says, I was just thinking that. This is you tuning in and being on that frequency, being very, very clued in. This is what's coming for you. This is what's going on. You have the ability to do this when you saddle up with your own emotions, when you are really, really ready. Star Temple wants to come in. A little bit more of a graceful feel in this deck, which is very interesting that these two wanted to come together. They were by each other, but I would not have put these together just because they're by each other. Who cares? They're by each other. There's a more gracious thing. This comes through with star ancestry. Sometimes the Pleiades come through and that kind of thing. Pleiadians, Arcturians, whatever you want to call them. Which ones on which card come through? What else? Lucy's in the house. This is saying Atlas, Father Sky. It says, I release the weight of the world from my shoulders. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're seeing this. I'm going to put this down so you can see them all down here because they're so great. Okay. Hopefully you can see them. the clones. When somebody mirrors a lesson to us, when somebody shows us a lesson, whether it's laughing together or shows us a piece of ourselves, it doesn't mean we have to carry that problem. We do need to learn a certain amount of detachment, even though if we do have good telepathy or good empathy skills, we're not meant to carry somebody else's lesson. We're meant to use this as a guide, but the Father's guide, the weight of the world is not yours to carry. You need to do what you can, when you can. You need to bring as much of yourself fully to the situation as you can. It doesn't mean you're in charge of resolving or fixing for someone else, okay? Let some of that weight off. There's so much screwy in the world right now. It's easy to be caught up in everything that we see through the news or through the outside external stuff that is just chaos, nonsense, and whatever. And they don't ever say, okay, here's this news story of the kid that helps the grandma across the road. That doesn't sell as easily, but the focus needs to shift so the weight of the world doesn't overcome you and the beauty of the world is allowed more in. And here you have Maya, the Amazon Queen. Maya, the Amazon Queen. Battle. I am devoted warrior of the universe. Sometimes we're the warrior of love or put on the armor of God or blah, blah, blah. And I have beef with that. Let's just get real. I have beef with this. I don't think the God force ever says war, 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 war. Although in human land, we do battles, we fight, and put on the armor of God, be protected, be ready, blah, blah, blah. It just is, I just don't see Jesus suiting up and taking anything from a lightsaber to a huge double-edged sword and going and killing people, right? That's just not what he did. The universe itself is full of love, full of expansion. So if you want to be a warrior of light, if you want to fight the righteous fight, you've got to put down whatever it is that is damaging to the other and allow love to move through. Love is what pierces the heart. Love is what creates more growth. This is a huge thing. So if you are stepping into this battle for the fight, be prepared to do it from your higher self, because your lower self is going to screw it every time. The lower self doesn't get it done. And it doesn't mean that if somebody is being a jerk to you that you just take it, and you let people walk on you. No. But what it does mean is you be clear about your intent, clear about your mind, clear about your intent, clear about your heart. Then you engage, okay? All right, we're going back down to this. Let's see what else we got here. One more from this. You've got your badass self, like, you've got your fighting shoes on, whether we like it or not. Those sexy heels, those sexy boots, the ones that have spikes all over them, their statements, yeah, those. You've got this on for yourself right now. And it's very like your star ancestors know it. Now this one, Tagada, the temple, the home. I no longer search outside myself for home. That's one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully you can see that well. I'm going to show it really close there. When your heart is in alignment, when your mind, your heart, your soul, everything's in alignment, then you are in your own voice. You are speaking your truth at every turn, at every opportunity. And you're not speaking your truth in a way that is confrontational, adversary. No, it just is what it is. It just is you bringing your essence forward. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, we're going to see what's coming up from the angelic numbers for you. And then we're going to get into the bitch and badass. I want one of these for you. Watch for this. I don't know if you will have seen this already. Okay, there it is. There it is. Number 30. 30 used to be seen as the over the hill card. Really? 30. 30. Like, really? People live a lot longer now. It's not the over the hill. You don't need to break out the black balloons. It says, you are an original, innovative thinker and excellent communicator. You have great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas and your optimistic attitude and an uplifting effect on others. It says, I am imaginative. So I'm holding this. If you want to screenshot it, I'm going to try and hold it steady. This is a great one. I would look for the number 30. I would look for 3 sets of 10. I would look for the number 30. And I would look for what you're thinking that you've done creatively at 10:30 p.m. at night for 3 days running. And I don't know why, but it would be a good time to do it. What do you want your 10:30 moment to be like? That's what I've got. Okay, now let's see what's going on for this badass stuff come through. What do you need to know? Sheesh. Kicking ass and taking names in such the sweetest way. Such the sweetest way. Sacrifice, the journey, And it says murky waters. You're meant to be beyond this. If you're going to get people stirring shit, you're going to be out of there in no time flat. You just don't have time for it. The murky waters will like just dull the lavender to a brown. You don't want this. You know this. The journey that's been upside down for a long time is actually starting to right itself. The sacrifice. If you look at these two and you look at this upside down, that's very much referencing like a hangman energy, the willing sacrifice before you take the journey. There's new thoughts coming through, new energy coming through. The heart is really much more in alignment. And what else do we have here? We're going through this lavender energy here. Again, prepping for the battle in a different way. Now, when I got divorced, I wore my armor whenever I had to engage with my ex and talk to him. I made sure that I felt like all my makeup was on. I was looking good. I had my bracelet on that helped me remember my own strength and remember that I was capable of handling what I needed to handle. There are things we can do that are ways of armoring ourselves that add more confidence, add more inner reassurance to ourselves. And this is something that you can put on. The sacrifices you have been making and the way that you've been handling the muddy water, you're out of it. You're stepping out of the murky water. She's not in it. It's not all muddy all around her. She's stepping out of it. One more from the badass girls. Let's see what's going on. Leap of faith, of course. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Huge energy right now. This is the time to do this. You will still be picking up on other people's energy quite a bit and communicate differently. You can send your thought out. You can send out thought forms or thoughts energy to other people that are good. And you can also, some people call it shielding, but you can also guard your own space on that as well. There needs to be clear delineation in how you want to walk forward. Clear delineation in how you want to step into each new day. There's a time for release coming through to you. This is huge. And you very much are home in your own soul. Like this card says, home in your own soul helps you walk the path so you can walk it beautifully, beautifully, spiritually, while moving passionately towards what it is you want. With radical self-acceptance, radical self-love. This is your journey. This is your path. This is your work to do it as a badass that you are. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. It's beautiful. And again, the 10:30 time, I don't know what that's about. 10:30 tea time, 10:30 whatever. But this 30 is giving me a 10:30. So be aware there's completion, completion, completion in the evening for you. And that's what I got. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You're welcome, Kristen. You are so, so welcome. Okay. All right. Put that there. Get those put away. All right. Let me get a little bit of water. And then, Kim, if you'll let me know if there's anyone on the list or if we're clear or what's going on, that'd be great. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks. List is clear. Okay, good, good. So I got out some of my keywords decks and I got out some of the manga decks because I wanted to show some of those. So I'm going to show you, I showed you a few of the keywords decks. This one is a different kind of a keyword deck. And I think it's worth having a few of them. I used to think, yeah, I don't like them. And some keywords decks, if I don't like, then I'll cut the keywords off. But some of them are really, really interesting. This one is great. It's beautiful, but it's kind of small print and it's kind of pastel, so you don't see me use it much. But I think if you're learning tarot, these are ones that are okay. This one is kind of kick-ass, but it doesn't have the traditional imagery. So be aware of what you're getting when you're getting a keyword deck. And if you have to try a couple that you don't love, that's okay to do too. It's like, you know, you wouldn't just try one and say, okay, I'm only ever going to use this one. You can get some that are just Rider-Waite imagery that's great, that have the keywords with the Rider-Waite imagery. I think the value in having others is that you learn to see a little bit more expanded view of each card. Then the other thing I wanted to show you. This is one of the manga decks. And it's not the mystical manga. I forget what this is called. But it's just gorgeous. A different way of seeing the Three of Cups. Really, really beautiful. The Knight of Pentacles. It's got more modern imagery. Don't be afraid of the modern decks either. They're important to have as well. The High Priestess. Now look at this. This is powerful. Powerful High Priestess energy coming through there. This one, if you want to talk about Divine Feminine, holy cow, Divine Feminine, and having people at her back that are supportive of the Divine Feminine, and she is in the power, in the seat right there, ready to go. Here's the Empress energy. There's not a huge amount of mother as far as pregnant mother, but there is nurturing and taking care of others going on, and possibly mother allusions to this, but or mother reference allusions with an A, not with an I. Yeah. So this is a really interesting and beautiful deck, and I don't know what it's called. And I remember when I ordered it too, it was like, and it was just listed by the number of cards, because sometimes I'll order from Amazon, sometimes I'm going to the hippie trippy shop, sometimes I'll go to Temu and order whatever, and this was happened to be one of the Temu, and it's like, okay, we'll see what's going on with this, and it just listed it like the 210 cards or something, and I never could find the name of it. So if you guys know the name, then great, but it's just really quite interesting and beautiful. So that's what I've got on that. Those are some that I wanted to share, and we can look at, you can see anything else. There is a couple more that are manga. The traditional manga is really fun, and it's kind of reminds me of the 90s elves that were present. If you weren't born then, you wouldn't know, but there was what was that game? There was a comic book that my friend had, and it had like the 90s elves cartoon kind of feel to it. I don't know what that was. And I think it had an elf named Lita or something. I mean, that's really old. Let's see if there's anything else we need to know today. And we'll take it from this particular deck and see what's going on. And this is just the traditional manga, call it what you will, deck. There they are. What do we got? Be independent in your own garden. Think strategically about what it is you want to carry forward. Go forward with high inspiration. Think before you charge. Queen of Swords says, cut the shit. Make your choices. What is your soul contract asking you to do? High Priestess in the house wants you to behave in a manner that is more along the liminal, the gates of wisdom and knowing, and ask yourself the smarter question. This whole month feels like the moon card is going to be very prevalent. There's going to be things that are distorted and murky, so lean into this High Priestess and intuition. This is about secrecy. This is about things that are distorted. Sometimes lies or misunderstandings, miscommunication, yeah, but just misinterpreting. So the High Priestess, she's not going to give you all the answers all at once. Some of the mystery has to unfold. The moon, it's not going to give you the answers all at once either. You have to look at the reflection on the water and not the choppy distortions of it. Let whatever is submerged rise again. Choose to follow the clear path and then go forward slowly, dedicatedly, and willing to take some strong stuff to go forward. This is saying take strong medicine forward. I don't know what that's about. That's not in this card. It is in the air. It is in the ether. This is the time that you prepare to pack your strong medicine with you. Take your strong medicine. So whatever your spiritual medicine is, that is the strong medicine, which I would say love is one of the strongest medicines when it comes from the really clear channel of pure love, of unconditional love, which that's not always easy. The less pissy, cranky parts of ourselves, the less petty part of ourselves, the one that will extend compassion when it's rightly there and not sacrifice who we are along the way. That's huge, and that is strong medicine to be taking. That's what we're supposed to remember in this day for this next couple of days. Remember that. That's what I've got. So I think we're probably good right now. Is there anything else? I think that's it. You heard a rumor. What's the rumor? What's the rumor, Chad? Rumors sometimes are good, sometimes not. I wouldn't always give credence, so it just depends. It depends. So we'll see what's going on. I'm just looking and reading the screen. The hourglass. Chad! I was wondering if we would go there. And I was thinking about that before we go. We'll go there. We'll go there. Let's see what the hourglass has. Okay. Let's get this step back. We'll bring the hourglass in. Okay, guys, this is like the beautiful hourglass. Now this one is like very much the feminine energy hourglass. The one that's kind of up on the shelf over there is more masculine, but the feminine energy hourglass wanted to be down today. So let me see if we can get this. I'm gonna loosen this and then I'm gonna flip it. Okay, and let's get this tightened again. Ooh, tightened again. These nails, guys, sometimes they're just too much of a pain. Okay. Okay. We're going to let this go. The last call has been put out, so that's just fine. When I go into the hourglass, it's very much like going into the crystal ball for me, and I don't know why. And I started reading hourglasses before I owned them. If you guys were here on some of those lives, I would be getting an hourglass mentally in my mind's eye and then start reading. So we'll look at this in just a second, and we'll see what's coming through in just a minute. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. Okay, the life code cards, these ones are calling, so we're going to take a few of those and we're going to go in the glass. So I don't know who this is for or how or why, but we'll see. I think I just want 3 of these. Oh, the heart cards are coming through big, big, big. Well, interesting. We've got the 4, the 5, and the 6 in sequence, and I don't know why we've got these in sequence. These have been shuffled around enough. The 4, 5, and 6, which stage are we at? 1 second. What do we got here? Why? Why? Okay. The universe trying to give to us, but we fill out in the cold. We've got a distortion on our map. Something coming through like a distortion on the map. Not sure what it's about. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting the reference to the poor little match girl on the 5 of Cups that's coming through. And it's like, that's this one. The ones that are usually outside the church is what we see on that. Poor little match girl didn't have to have it go that way. She kept looking for other people to buy the matches, and she had so little. And in modern times, we have homeless people that have so little. In this, what's coming through is the poor little match girl had a different choice, a different way to do. But she stands as a story, and the poor girl froze to death because she didn't have enough heat, enough light, enough care for her was not given by others or by self, either one. And she had the map wrong. Now the map comes through on this to remind us that if we're traveling in terrain that doesn't serve, we need to be traveling elsewhere. It's time to go in. It's talking about rotting, and I'm seeing in here somebody that's in bed with their knees, not their head under the covers, but their knees under the covers, being inside, rotting too much, and making a different choice is necessary. It's being in bed overly long doesn't serve. Now, what else is going on in here? There's 3 women at the foot of the bed trying to talk the soul back into life. Again, the poor match girl. In her story, as we know the fairy to go, it's like she kept seeing things before she moved on. And in this one, it feels like 3 people at the foot of the bed that are trying to help, add strength, give strength so you can get up for a little bit more. Don't doubt that there will be others on the other side when the time comes. These 3 are at the foot of the bed. There's time of healing, then there's the point of rotting. We each know the difference of what this is. What else are we seeing? The one in the center, it feels like 3 like crones pretty much. The one in the center is super, super strong. She's got kind of a little bit crazy hair. There's a mirthfulness, a laughingness while the somber is going on. Why is going on? It's like the 3 are dancing in this circle, speaking and dancing in this circle, and now there's just 2. There's 2 that are specifically there as protective angel wings, and the one that is got the crazy hair that I mentioned before, it's like she's more in charge of the other 2. I don't know, like, yeah, she's definitely the leader of them, and then the other 2 with the angel wings are like the protectors. There's a protected time coming forward. What else is going on there? A reconnection with the wholeness, and there's I just would call this like the orb or the big pearl or the world. There is a reconnection with the world. There is like this big, big globe orb, white filled light, almost like moon. A reconnection with this moon. Why does she say it so weird? Moon is. It's moon time, but it's also going within. I don't know why she says it that way. Moon. That's how she says it. Something, a reconnection with the moon time and the intuition, the intuitive side of ourselves. Yes, that's when it's connection. The connection is very clear and protected at that time. There's some way of going within there. What are they doing? There is a shifting of the clouds of the sky. This just feels like a, thanks for the informational weather forecast. There's a shifting of the clouds. There is something like when we think of mountains and fog in the clouds coming up, 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 up. There's a shifting. There's a lot of fog going on this month. There's a lot of fog that needs to be burnt off, dispersed. The peaks of the mountains are still there, but there's a lot of fog, so we don't always know what's still there. We don't always know the strength in our connection. We need to offer more of that. We don't always know the strength of our connection to our higher selves. We need to be more with that, with our own self. Okay, on the surface. There's something happening towards the end of August, and I would give this the last week of August. There's something happening towards the last week of August where a lot more light is coming in and permeating chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter completion. Chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter completion. Two sides coming together, completion. Something happening before, it's like the back to school time is for the whole planet lesson, yes. The back to school, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side, coming together, completion. Coming together needs to be more and more. More people are getting this. It's not just this or this. The completion is when you come together. The completion is understanding the lessons of duality that are here. And this is how we get the temperance. This is how we prevent lopsidedness or pits of quicksand from taking us under, is to allow that to balance. What are we seeing? I'm seeing, I'm looking in the top of the glass here, and we're seeing the quicksand pit, tunneling. What is the name of that? I don't know the name of this, so you guys may have to look this up. There's this lake that all beyond it is this lake. It's like a regular kind of a blue, and then right here is like a blue or green, a more clear, and it goes down, 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 down deep. I don't know if it passes through to another lake or another space, but it does have that very portal-y kind of feeling. And all of this energy around completes. If we want to dive a little bit deeper and not be drowned within that portal, or not be swept under to the wrong place and not be able to appreciate the beauty of being in that, we need to come together first. This side, come together, yes? Then this fills, and more of that clean water, more of the healing water, the clean water comes through and permeates through. That's when you splash and play in there, and that's when you can go in there safely. What is that about? We're getting the reference to the mountains below. So hang on, I'm getting reference to those mountains below. Where'd they go? The three mountains are one mountain. The three different things, the three different challenges for each individual aspect or individual group is actually is one mountain. It is one mountain. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? The mists have burnt off and the crones are there. It's like the mountains reveal their faces is what I'm getting. The mountains reveal their faces like the titans of old would reveal their face to come through, to come through. The mountains reveal their faces coming through. The faces etched in stone, the stories etched in stones. The gods of Olympus, or the gods of Egypt, the gods of old, the gods of new, they all are the one. And the thing of humanity's face being seen is coming through. Look in the stones, look in the mountains for the faces of stone, because the ancestors left traces there for us to see. So when your imagination sees a mountain or a shape in the stones, you're meant to see that shape, you're meant to honor it. It's a whispered kind of thing. It's not just you're like, oh, I think I see this. It's a whispered kind of thing. It's a way they can connect because they've etched it into a physical space, etched into a physical time. There's etched connections in stone. Some people speak crystal like I speak tarot. The crystal speakers, those who speak rock,
My daughter very much speaks rock or stone. Those who know what crystals can do and the powers of crystal have left some of this messaging behind for us. If you are one that does feel the energy of crystals very, very strongly, you need to go check them out. Take a look again. End of August, take a look again, because the energy signature that's the beginning of the month and the different end of the month are going to be different. If you have stones on your altars or whatnot, put them on your altars, make sure it's cleansed, whatever, and check it again. There is some of this that needs old programming to be allowed through, and some of our old programming needs to be let go. Some of the ancient programming needs to be let through. Yeah, it's etched there for a reason. We take it for granted that it's just outside of us or different to us or not connected. But everything in life is trying to speak to us, from the mountains to the meadows to everything. There is life that is trying to speak to us, and we don't quite know how to get it. We have the human limitation, but the universe sings through everything. Anything else? Now, this is when the sun is allowed to be most radiant, is when you get that connection and you understand the universe sings through us all, from rock to meadow to horse to frog to us to you name it. The universe is always singing. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. That's what came through. Holy cow. Okay. That's what we got, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle, if you feel the trees and the grass, or if you feel whatever it is, the whole universe is trying to sing. And many of us know that the Schumann resonance has changed. Many of us know and have felt that experience will change. But the way we resonate, we are crystalline structures too, just as much as the rocks and stones are. We have calcium and calcifications going on. And it's time to break and shake some of this loose so we can feel some of that vibration a little differently. But that's what's going on. Absolutely a stunner, stunner, stunner. Next time I be on is, I think, going to be Wednesday, fingers crossed. Phil will also be home on Wednesday, which will be great. So I'm not sure exactly what time frame that will be, but that's what I think I'll do for my next live. So that's what's going on. So I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and thank you for being here and doing this with me and letting me do what I love so much and sharing this with me. Take care, everyone. Bye, guys. Mwah.